Mystery of the Unknown Sen Girl. Different eras means different pastimes. Such it was. In the 19th century, one of the most visited places in Paris was the morgue on the island of Siene, on the river Seine. This was because unidentified corpses were laid out in the display windows there for all to see, and this local attraction drew many a crowd. Some came just to gawk, while others with sincere hopes of finding, even if only among the dead, their missing loved ones. At the time, it was said, no other display window in Paris draws as many spectators as this one. One time on display appeared a body of a 16-year-old girl. She was fished out of the Seine, not far from the Louvre. She could not be identified and thus was placed in public view. The cause of death of the young woman was never clearly determined. Since the body didn't show any signs of violence, it was assumed she drowned. The death was recorded as a suicide. The pathologist, having become impressed with her tranquil facial expression, decided to take her death mask. Back then, this was standard procedure. The plaster registered the soft facial features and a light, carefree smile. After the young girl's facial cast was displayed in the morgue's window, it suddenly became incredibly popular. All because one of the gawkers turned out to be quite entrepreneurial and decided to photograph it and then began to sell the prints practically for pennies. Soon, the photograph of the young Seine unknown made its way into just about every Parisian home, be it rich or poor. People even began to ascribe all sorts of uncanny beauty attributes to the young drowning victim's likeness, considering it the benchmark of beautiful features. The bohemian Siene in Paris declared the cast a work of art, and it was hung on walls in homes and businesses. Philosophers theorized that the expression on the girl's face might reveal clues about her life and subsequent death. Artists drew her portraits. In the US, there was even a ballet production. Albert Camus compared her smile to that of the Mona Lisa, while Vladimir Nabokov dedicated a poem to her named L'Inconnue de la Seine, but her main role was still ahead. Historians at the Paris University suppose that the cast was taken from a living girl. In their view, the outlines of the mannequin's face carry only a fleeting resemblance to the unidentified Seine body, and that the actual cast belongs to the Hungarian actress Eve Laszlo. There also exists a theory that the cast was taken from a model working with the famous French painter Jules-Joseph Lefebvre, and these are just some of the theories that abound. Why then did this dead girl become so popular? Most likely the public's interest was spurred on by the air of mystery surrounding the girl. What caused the death of the young woman? Why the carefree smile on her lips? When facing death or suicide, one's face wouldn't hold a serene expression. Of course, with time, the fervor died down. The girl from the Seine got a new lease on life, so to speak, in 1958 with the help of Norwegian puppeteer Asmund Lirdal. He expanded his business into medical devices and began to produce rubber imitations of wounds and materials for providing first aid. He got an order for a mannequin on which future doctors would practice the latest resuscitation methods. The client was the Austrian doctor Peter Soffer, the founder of a cardiopulmonary resuscitation center. Lirdal took the order very seriously, since just a few years prior he was able to successfully provide mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to his 2-year-old son, who drowned while swimming. According to Asmund, while working on the mannequin, he wanted to give it natural features, since he strongly believed that it would contribute to people's motivation in learning life-saving methods. That the face of the mannequin was going to be female was obvious to him. Men working with the mannequin should not feel averse to doing mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on it. As the face, he used an image which he remembered from a photograph hanging on the wall of his grandparents' old home. The photograph was, drumroll please, the Seine mystery woman. The mannequin was named Siene. With that, the unknown Parisian got a name. Siene has been in production by Lirdal Medical AS ever since. With time, the mannequin has undergone many improvements, but its face remained the same. It is estimated that the last 60 years, about 500,000 people learned cardiopulmonary resuscitation techniques using Siene. Thus, the Seine mystery girl also became the most kissed girl in the world.